In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 sources that have inspired my definition of number sense. And stay tuned until the end of the video where I'll share with you a poster that you can download and print out to use in your classroom with your students. Before I share with you my 3 sources of inspiration, I want to do a quick history lesson just to say why. Why do I need a definition of number sense? In my conversations with teachers and students, I found that we just were floating these 2 words around: number sense, number sense. And oftentimes we would describe actions or what students were doing and we say, oh, they lack number sense. But what does that mean? And I need purpose. I need a definition that describes what number sense is so that I know how to look for it and have healthy conversations with students to help them develop that number sense. So my first source is Marilyn Burns. I found about 5 things that Marilyn Burns has said about number sense that really resonated with me. She says that it's using numbers to solve problems. It's understanding how numbers can be taken apart and put together in different ways. It's making reasonable estimates. It's thinking and reasoning flexibly with numbers. It's spotting unreasonable answers. My second source is Steve Leinwand, and in his book, Accessible Mathematics, he talks about number sense. He says it's a comfort with numbers that includes estimation, mental math, numerical equivalence, a use of reference, a sense of order and magnitude, and a well-developed understanding of place value. And I love these 2 sources because they really helped me understand what number sense is and how to look for it in my classroom and how to have conversations around it or how to design curriculum. However, I still needed something that said, yes, that's what number sense is. So I started reflecting on my own experiences in my classroom with students and conversations I was having with them and any questions that I was asking to kind of learn more about their number sense. So that's my third source of inspiration. The first question that I found myself often asking students was like, yeah, how did you come up with this? Let's say this answer, or how did you come up with this step that was working toward the answer? And that right there was unpacking how they were thinking flexibly. The second question I found myself asking students is, well, why did you decide to multiply or add? Why did you decide to use the square root here? Those types of examples. That type of question is essentially asking the student, like, what's your purpose here? What are you trying to accomplish? And the third question I found myself often asking students was like, how did you know you were correct? Especially without me telling you that you were correct. And you'll notice that that question does kind of go back to how are they thinking flexibly? What was their goal? Are they checking for reasonableness? And so that third question really focused on accuracy. With the inspiration of those 3 sources, I found myself coming up with a definition for number sense. And here's what I think number sense is. Number sense is thinking flexibly about numbers with purpose and accuracy. And again, I find these 3 questions really, really helpful when I'm having conversations with students. How did you come up with this? Why did you decide to do that? And how do you know you were correct without me telling you? If you'd like a poster of the number sense definition, I highly recommend it. You can check down below. There's a link to the blog post where you can print this out, hang it up in your classroom, and really point to it, especially when you're having conversations with students and saying like, wow, I really liked how you were thinking flexibly about, and then fill in the blank. Or I really love how you were being very purposeful about the numbers you chose and how you were working with them. And I really loved how you checked your answer because you tried it a different way. To me, having this poster in the room is a great reminder for both students and myself of what number sense is. I hope it's valuable for you too. Take care.